Hello again, rail fans. I'm Travis from RockRiverRails. Today is Sunday, March 8th, and today I am in Delavan, Wisconsin for the Delavan Train Show. It's going to be layouts and some vendors throughout multiple buildings and businesses in downtown Delavan, Wisconsin. So give the video a like, leave me your comments with what you thought about the Delavan Train Show. And definitely subscribe to the RockRiverRails channel. Thanks for coming along, and let's go take a look at the Delavan Train Show. Hello and welcome to the Delavan Train Show 2026. The show ran Saturday, March 7th and Sunday, March 8th. And we appreciate you tuning in and attending the show with us, RockRiverRails, virtually. So we start off in the Police Department and City Hall Municipal Building. Taking a look right away here at a nice circus display, as Delavan, Wisconsin is the birthplace of the P.T. Barnum Circus. So some information here about next year's show, as well as the Rock River Valley Train Show, which by the time you see this video will have already taken place. So we'll take a look here at the circus and move along into the City Hall meeting room or boardroom, where we have multiple museums and organizations attending the show this weekend. So we appreciate you all coming out. Here we have the Milwaukee Transit Archives and Museum display. They had a slideshow presentation as well as some information about their organization here. Also, the Illinois Railway Museum out of Union, Illinois was here. Take a look at their booth and display. The Model Railroad Club of Milwaukee had a very nice display as well. So in the board meeting room here, so pretty neat. We'll take a look at a nice circus train here on display that this gentleman brought to the show, and he was showing it off for the show attendees. So a very nice circus steam train. So some more pictures of the vendors and attendees. Also the East Troy Electric Railroad from East Troy, Wisconsin was here. And some more photos. The Delavan Historical Society was in this main building as well, with information about the show, and we had some different stops to make along the way, and then we got the punch card filled out here. We didn't really get our punch card filled out, but we did make every stop on the list to see the whole show. So that was the Delavan City Hall. And some photos of the outside. So moving along here now, we're going to head on over to the American Legion, pretty much right next door to the City Hall building, and see what is going on at this next stop along the way. So pretty neat format here. It's almost like a pub crawl, only for a train show. So let's go on inside the American Legion Post building here and take a look at what they have to offer. Hi. How are you? Good. Want a beer? So as soon as we enter, we notice some raffles. They have different raffle baskets that you can buy some raffle tickets for. So various items here in the raffle. Some train items, some kids items. You could buy t-shirts and apparel, as well as train show bags for the Delavan train show. And some more apparel here with the prices on the sign there. And more of the raffle area here. Moving along here, we've got a quite large train. This one was very unique. It actually had candy that you could grab as the train was passing from those gondolas. So they had some Smarties, some chocolates as well. So pretty neat concept. Had a few trains running on this display layout. I'm not sure if this is G scale, like the garden scale, or what this is exactly, but definitely a large scale here. Some nice buildings and various scenery pieces as well. A very nice wooden trestle bridge, or some sort of bridge there. And then again here we've got a passing Sioux freight train making its way by us, and we'll get some candy here as well. So a very nice display layout they have set up here. It's quite large, as it has to be for such a large scale. So that is going to be the candy train on the Sioux line here. Next up we have the S-gauge layout. The American Flyer S-gauge layout from the Badgerland S-gaugers out of the Waukesha, Wisconsin area. So a very nice layout here, very detailed, a lot going on, a lot of moving parts. I really enjoyed this scrapyard or junkyard scene here. They even have someone welding on that pickup truck there. So very realistic. Lots of vehicles, lots of movie and TV themes here. So everyone seemed to really enjoy this layout. So moving along the layout here, got multiple trains running on the layout. Several fun themes as well for kids, including dinosaurs, and then finding different objects on the layout that are hidden. So a great way to introduce the general public to the model railroad hobby. Continuing on along the layout here now. Got a really nice backdrop as well, great buildings. As I said earlier, a lot going on here. Also a nice Amtrak passenger train going by. Some dinosaurs in the corner there, along with very realistic scenery here. So just panning over some information about their organization here, if you want to check them out online or in person. And as always, feel free to pause the video to get a better look if we're going along too quickly here. So one of the club members was interacting with us and then showed us some of these items from the layout here from American Pickers. If you've ever seen that TV show, we have Frank and Mike in their van that they use to go and rummage through properties and find antiques for their shop. So that was pretty unique. I really enjoyed that. Me and my dad really enjoyed that show. So, taking another look at the layout here. Today it was me and my dad checking out the Delavan show. It was our first time to the show, and it was quite a unique experience, quite different from your normal train show. So, something different to change it up. And a few other videos here covering the rest of this S-gauge layout. So very nicely done. Moving along, we will stay in the same building here, but now we are headed downstairs where we've got more railroad displays and layouts and such. So it looks like it was even handicap accessible with the lift here on the stairs, which is very nice. And then a very nice American Legion, by the way. Some donation bins. And then I believe this layout here is going to be N scale. So very nice scenery and track work and ballast work. Some of these structures and buildings had lighting as well. Here's a look at one of the inside of the buildings. Very detailed inside. Very nice lighting in there as well. Looks like some sort of warehouse. Moving along on the layout, a more rural scene here. Great detail on the trees and the ballast work and the scenery, the turf and so forth. We've got a passing Chicago and Northwestern freight train meeting our passenger bullet train there. And then a train speedometer that they pass by, which is pretty cool. I've seen those on several layouts and at several shows this show season. So a nice residential picture there. And then some turnouts and so forth. Looks like a big Y there almost, or a couple of them. And then a nice winter scene here in a residential area. So it almost looks like the layout here is unfinished, but I am sure it will look fantastic when it's completed. Also got very nice details on their grade crossings with working gates and signals. Got some overpasses here. Looks like a passenger station or depot there as well. And then also, this was pretty cool, a larger scale incorporated into like a almost like a tunnel on the layout. Got some lookout towers or interlocking towers, but very nicely done here on the parts that are completed. Then we've got some very nice Union Pacific power going by. Looks like a couple DDA 40Xs. A couple of really nice pieces there, very nice locomotives. And then a few more pictures here, this one from above. Lots of trackage as well on the layout. Some C&W auto racks. Looks like some switch control there in that photo. Another winter scene there as well. Looks like a boat dealership or used boat lot there with a very nice bridge over the river. Very nice docks as well for the water scene. And their structures are fantastic here. Very nice detail. And then a close-up of one of the grade crossings with the active signals. So moving along, we've got another display here with, I believe, another N-scale layout or small diorama layout there. Looks like another speedometer. Those are pretty popular nowadays, it seems like. And then a larger scale here. A little nice display that they brought. So very nice over here as well. Back upstairs, a final look of the upstairs main room here. And we are going to head on over to our next location. A few pictures of downtown Delavan here. A very nice downtown they have. And then the Baymont motel or hotel here that we will check out later. And some of the window shopping you could do along the way. Next up here, we're going to head on into what it seems like is a coffee house. We have Boxed and Burlap here. So we go along and go inside. Take a look at this first layout. Looks like O gauge here on this gentleman's layout, so very nicely done. And then we'll run a still photo of the layout as well here. And then head on into the next room, where we have a happy 70th birthday to the Milwaukee Lionel Railroad Club. Congratulations. They've got some slides running as well on a monitor here, along with information about their organization. And then a few of their layouts. These were very interactive layouts that they brought, and the kids really enjoyed these. And then a display here in the main dining or coffee house area. And then on our next part here, we'll go downstairs in boxed and burlap and see the layouts and displays they have to offer down here. So it looks like more Lionel O gauge here with a lot going on. Lots of buildings and structures with lighting and different themes. Also a great layout for the whole family here to enjoy. Here we have a Wisconsin Central freight train passing by. So a few car dealerships, residential areas, just showing off what you can do in the model railroad hobby and O-gauge. Even got some O-gauge CN intermodal containers there. Looks like some passenger stations, some parks. So a lot going on here. A lot of buildings and structures from Menards, from their O-gauge line here, I see. That Tide facility for sure, that Schneider loading dock for sure. These buildings here for sure are Menards. Not sure about the Piggly Wiggly though, that's pretty unique. I have not seen that one at Menards yet.
Yeah.
But very cool buildings here. I really enjoyed the lights. And also downstairs here, they had the lights dimmed a little bit, so you could really see the lighting effects going on. Also a few other displays here that they had downstairs. So nice pieces on display for the show attendees to take a look at. And I really enjoyed this Union Pacific Big Boy 4014 display they had going on. Very patriotic and a very nice locomotive they have here. And in case my mom and dad are watching, yes, the Big Boy Tour is happening this summer. So I know you'll be glad to hear that. So some more pictures of downtown Delavan here. Very nice event. And like I said, the birthplace of P.T. Barnum Circus in Delavan, Wisconsin. Next up is Lauren's Antique and Art Store here. So Lauren's Antiques. Let's head on inside here now and see what they have. So just a little bit of a look around the antique store here. So each one of these locations had some sort of model railroad vendor or layout display incorporated, as you will see here. Another very nice layout. I really like when airports or aviation is also a theme tied into these railroad layouts. They also had some railroad pictures for sale from the Santa Fe here, from the early years. So that is the antique shop. Moving along here now, next up on our stops is going to be Brick Street Protein Deluxe. So it's like a coffee house kind of thing, but they had like protein drinks and smoothies. So like a health food, or I guess I should say health drink store. So pretty popular. We have some of those local to us as well. But they had a very nice circus train on display here. So several pieces for the circus train here. a very nice display. Very bright and colorful pieces. I really liked these Atlantic Coastline locomotives. So those were very sharp. A very nice collection that they have here. Even some restrooms that the circus would bring along with them on their trips to different cities and towns along the way. And then a look here at the menu they offer, as well as some Zumba classes. In this same building here, I really enjoyed this N-scale layout. Probably one of my favorite layouts from the Delavan show. Very detailed, very well done. Showing what you can do in such a little space with N-scale and the model railroad hobby. So very nicely done, great detail, excellent layout. And then last along the way here for our stops for the show, it's going to be the Baymont Inn and Suites Hotel. Quite an old hotel here, but nice to see downtown. Looks like a little gift shop out front there. And we're gonna head downstairs. And this part here was all the railroad show vendors, so all the sale items. It was kind of dark down here as well. But the first vendor here had lots of Lionel O-gauge. So we'll take a look at that here along with the prices. Various controllers and wiring and trackage as well. Lots of loose O-gauge rolling stock. Along with various parts as well. Here it looks like some HO scale, loose rolling stock. So we'll take a look at these. Not a ton of vendors here, but a good amount. And then looks like some 3D printed buildings, very nicely done there. And more loose rolling stock. Moving along into the next room, the majority of the vendors were in here. We'll take a look at some loose HO scale rolling stock. Seen this vendor at quite a few shows this show season as well. Some pretty good pieces here that are loose. They also have a good amount of new items in the boxes up on the shelves here and so forth. So more loose rolling stock. More of that here as well. A really nice Wisconsin and Southern boxcar for celebrating 75 years of model railroader. And then various bins full of loose rolling stock and buildings and so forth. And more loose HO scale here. This vendor here next had a lot of locomotives, a lot of Santa Fe, as you can see here in this picture. Also a lot of chassis system. Some bicentennial locomotives. And moving along, a large scale steam train here, along with some HO scale Intermountain, Athearn, Bowser. So some quality pieces as well here in the mix. A very nice Mikado custom paint steam locomotive there, along with other various pieces for sale. Lots of Lionel here as well, new in the box. And more Lionel continuing on here. Some Rail King also in the mix. And more HO scale, some Walthers, coal hoppers. More O or S gauge. Looks like O. Some prices showing, some prices not here. Also had some railroad beginner sets to get you going. And various scenery and buildings. In various scales. So this vendor here also had some toys and so forth for sale. And then some N scale rolling stock and locomotives. And then more loose locomotives here. So a lot to choose from at this show. I didn't buy too much. Those were some nice flats there with the construction equipment on them. I really like those Canadian Pacific coil cars as well. I did end up buying a Tropicana boxcar from this vendor here, a white one, at a very good price, but I think that was all I picked up at this show today. Here we have some more loose HO scale rolling stock. Various sets as well, some Walther, some Atlas, some Bachmann as well. So a good amount of rolling stock here. I really also enjoyed those open auto racks in the back there. And then some nice Athearn Genesis Arm & Reefers. Refrigerator cars here. Then various buildings and structures, I believe in O gauge. Some passenger car sets. Vehicles for $1, it looks like, on the funny cars and Top Fuel dragsters. Looks like a McDonald's sponsorship on those. And more loose items. Some good prices at this show. Like I said, not a lot of vendors, but the vendors that were here had a lot of quality items. Some scenery pieces there for Rail King. More loose rolling stock and more loose locomotives. More scenery and buildings. Some really nice trucks and vehicles here. Some nice Union Pacific locomotives and construction equipment. Another picture up close of those. And more HO scale rolling stock. A really nice rock auto rack there. So lots and lots of O gauge here. Scenery, rolling stock. Some intermodal. So toys in the attic here, it looks like. So lots of bins full of loose items to choose from. And then here we have some N scale for sale. And then some HO scale rolling stock. Some boxcars, gondolas, hoppers. So lots to choose from. Some coal hoppers with loads for $5 a piece. And some very detailed rolling stock and cabooses here. Along with a nice Southern Pacific Bicentennial. Looked like an SD 40-2 there in that last photo. So wrapping up here in the vendor section. A final look at the sale items. And then we would head on over to the last location for the 2026 Delavan Train Show. They had actually we have Schaefer Station as well here. Books by Mike Schaefer. And then now we'll head on over to the little park here where they had a train that you could actually ride around this little area of town, the Delavan Water Tower up there, and then a look at the train making the rounds. So very nicely done here at the Delavan Train Show. It was a very unique experience. We made all the stops here on the punch card today, so we'll check that off the list. I appreciate you guys tuning in and attending the Delavan Train Show 2026 with us virtually. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Leave me a comment with your thoughts of the show. And also subscribe to the RockRiverRails channel. This is Travis from RockRiverRails. Thanks for watching. And like always, I will catch you next time.